Senate has stated that there is no going back on the gender bills which members voted on and rejected in the ongoing amendment to the 1999 Constitution. The Senate spokesman, Senator Ajibola Bashir, said this in the course of an interview while reacting to the protest embarked on by women group which affected activities in some parts of Abuja yesterday. While noting that it was the right of women to protest, like they did at the main gates to the National Assembly yesterday, the federal parliament stated that it could not reverse itself on decisions taken on the affected bill. And this part here, he said, when asked if a gender bill could be revisited, he said it cannot. There were 68 bills, 21 of them could not pass. So why should they revisit three bills? They should continue with their lobbying and strategy ahead of another round of legislative amendments. Adeyemi, what do you think? I think I should take out, read out the agitation of the women again so we get to understand where we are coming from and why the women are protesting. Right to grant citizenship to their foreign born husband, but you know the way it applies for men, Adeyemi.
Okay.
Yes. So they also denied women the ability to take indigenship of their husband's state after 5 years of being together. They also denied women the 35% appointed positions and also denied the 35% affirmative action in party administration and leadership, and also rejected the 111 specific seats for women in the National Assembly. What are your thoughts on this, Adeyemi?
Well, thank you. We are seeing who are the members of the
Mm,
National Assembly, who they are, and their line of thought.
okay.
And from every indication, you will see that they are more of lay chauvinists. And as it is, I would just say that the struggle continues, especially for the women, and it's not going to be for the women only.
Mm,
Every right thinking man has to support the women on this course
okay.
so that they can have equal share. And what we need to understand is that, particularly this dispensation, I mean, I'm talking about the administration that
Mm,
is presently on,
yes.
is that when it comes to every other thing, we use women mostly, and it's unfortunate
Mm-hmm.
that women are more of the voters that goes out on the election day to vote more for this candidate.
Mm,
I think what should be in play now
okay.
is for women also to begin to look at women candidates
Mm,
that will put in elected offices. And I think that, as it is, let's look at if, for instance, come 2023, we are able to have more women. But the problem is that, at the party level, that's where the game is being played.
mm,
So that's where the problem lies. I think they are given an open course for vying for elective offices,
mm-hmm.
where it has nothing to do with the party level.
Yes.
I will tell you that I will urge all the women
Mm-hmm.
that vote for the women candidates so that we can have more women in the Senate and the House of Reps.
Mm,
Killed. Like you said, you now understand how things are being killed at the
mm,
floor. Do you understand? So that means these people, there are so many things they do, whatever bills that is being sponsored,
okay.
that is not of their interest. They kill them right there at the floor of the house.
Mm,
That is the implication of what the female have just related to.
okay.
And it means that now we still want these are the same women that are going to are the mothers that produces every one of us.
Mm,
These are the same women that we get married to. These are the same women that we call our daughters and our sisters. And here we cannot give them equal rights. All because we are made sharply. We are still living back in the stone age where we believe that women are like, to some extent, I don't think we should be surprised If the number one citizen will say the other room is for the women, the kitchen and the other room, that's where their importance are. So what do you expect when you have somebody who is leading the country who will make such statements? What do you expect of those that are following him? They will go the same line. That's what is happening. But it is time for women to stand up to this occasion themselves. By the time women stand up, you know that so many of us also that we know the importance of women in the society, we will definitely follow. This is a cause that must be championed by all right-thinking men and women. I wouldn't say right-thinking women. Women must see, whether you are right-thinking or not, this is the cause of the women. And all women must rise up and fight for it. But for we right-thinking men, it is for us to support and also fight for the women's rights. That is what the only thing we can do now, because we have seen that these people, they see women, because like I said sometimes ago, the way they see women, especially when you go to their so-called legislative offices and everything here in Abuja, they don't have any importance to women. They see women as their plain thing, as the other thing, just like what they acquire. And that's the problem we are having. If Bashiru, I'm surprised, the truth is that this religion of the thing also is affecting us. That is why you have, if the majority of the people that are there, when you look at their religious background, you'll find out that these are the people who does not count importance to any woman. Women that they can't speak in the society when it comes to them. So these are the problems that we are having. And as the things today, this is the modern time. We are in the 21st century for crying out loud. How do you see a woman to still be at the back bench, listen to you that she does not have a voice? No, this is not acceptable. And that is why you saw sometimes ago that the wife of the president visited the House of Assembly. And I know that it's one of the reasons why she went there. But as you think, if Bashiru said they cannot rewrite themselves, the fight is still on and it's going to be ongoing until the needful is done.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Adeyemi, for that. Well, the peaceful protests will be going on will continue today at the National Assembly. Nigerian women want their voices to be heard at this point in time, because over time, administration to one administration, women just keep getting lip services. And at this point, Nigerian women are saying we are tired, we want action, we don't want these words anymore, because when it's time for elections, women will come outside in mass to vote. But when it's time to do things to actually recognize the rights of women, it seems as though we just find it very hard as a country. Actually, very, very sad.
And it's something new that's happening. It's never happened before. Women coming out to actually speak of their rights. Usually, a few women would rise.
Well, we see women come out, but this point,
a united form, like that kind of thing.
Yes, we see women come out, but at this point, they're just saying that. Why? I just imagine, Adeyemi, let's look at this part. Where I cannot claim indigenship of my husband's state after being married for about 5 years, but I have to change my name. So where I belong, they just toss me around. That's what it means. Yes, that's what it means.
It still goes down to the fact that women are being seen as very important, equal to man. There is no reason why a woman should be married to a man. Even the moment they let you see, it doesn't have to take a long time before you must be an indigenous of that state, of that particular state or anywhere. Because why? If a woman, like you rightly said, is married to a man and immediately the woman's name changes, she forgoes her maiden name, she now bears the man's name. That means automatically that woman is part of that man, and the woman should enjoy whatever benefit that accrues from being the wife of that man, which is being an indigenous of where that man comes from. By the time that it was, let's look at this now.
Okay.
If anything happens in the course of time, now I want to make an example. My mother-in-law has been married to my father-in-law for a long time.
Okay.
Now the man is late. if the woman dies as well, that woman is going to be buried in that man's hometown. Meanwhile, my mother-in-law is from another place entirely. So why would it be that she cannot enjoy when she has given everything, that every right of hers, pass it over to the man? You see, this is still the problem we are talking about. The moment a woman is married to a man, she must be able to enjoy every benefit around her marriage. That is part of it. We should look at it. It doesn't have to be too long, 5 years, because it has to be automatic. The only reason why that of a man should be extended is because the man does not bear the woman's name. And the man, knowing fully well, you see, the man can still go ahead and marry other women. And like we know in our constitution, bigamy is not allowed. The woman cannot have two husbands. So that alone should give that woman the right at that next of time, that the moment she's married the man, the right to be part of that man and enjoy the benefit within the state that is accorded to the man.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that, Adeyemi. It's 12 minutes to 8. If you're just joining us, this is the newspaper review on Women Radio WFM 91.7. My name is Esther Alaribe, and I have with me Praise Olatunbosun, and I'll be speaking with our analyst for the morning, Adeyemi Adeolu. You can be a part of the conversation by sending us your text or your WhatsApp messages on 070 317 56537. 070 317 56537. Praise, you have a new story there that you think you want to talk about this one.
Yeah, this is from the Vanguard.
Okay.
It's about the fuel scarcity. It said a motorist slums as customers resort to clashes at filling station. This occurred in Lagos. It said one of the an unidentified motorist in his 60s at the filling station in Ikondo suddenly fell. He just slumped on Wednesday due to exhaustion believed to have been caused by a long wait in the queue. The victim was revived by people around, giving him first aid treatment. And the whole place, like randomly, I checked it out yesterday on my way home. I was going to Lagos. The traffic was unbelievable. Like usually there is no traffic that much around the times I moved back, but the traffic was unbelievable. Anywhere we have a filling
station around,
we have serious traffic there. Traffic that could last up to 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Very hot weather, and you can see motorists, bike riders, motorcycle riders, and even the prices of transport has gone really high, double what it used to be. The way I see the transporters these days, they look very very tense, like they're
Adeyemi, can you hear me?
Easy at all.
Yeah, right. I can hear you.
Yes, let me make you laugh. So somebody said something. Somebody said February the last month, that he spent all of his salary on transport fare. That can this whole fuel scarcity thing just be a thing of the past? Because honestly, when you think of the stress, the struggle, the queue to get this fuel, by the time motorists get it, all of that aggression and everything, they just pour it on poor customers, poor people who just want to get to work or just go around their daily activities, and the price is not fair at all. You hear some fuel stations sell their fuel for about 200 naira,
yes.
Some sell for 180, some sell for 160. How much do we make daily, Adeyemi?
You know, it's an unfortunate situation that we have at the moment, and it is simply the failure of our government. You see, when you look at the situation, especially how it's been transferred by the commercial motorists to the commuters, you wouldn't blame them, because I happened to witness a situation yesterday myself at the filling station, and I saw how a transporter who has been on the queue for over 5 hours and still buy. This is to tell you what it is, what the problem we have at hand. Now that man stayed there, he got there 7 a.m. Until I left there, he's not been able to, but I left the place around after 11. And I also went there in order to buy stuff, but I couldn't buy. I have to enjoin the people to organize, how to organize the situation, how to draft in the security men in my estate to the police station to man the gate so that the migrants will not take over the situation. At the point I have to leave, I just drove back home. I left the police station. I couldn't buy, and I was there for almost 4 hours controlling situation. So with this, you know that there is a problem. Like I said earlier, I've been saying over the time, how can we, the sixth oil producing nation in the world, be going through this? When it's not that we don't have land where you can establish refineries. We have refineries already on ground, about 3 or 4, and they are not working. And yet we are importing our petroleum products. This is quite unfair. It's so pathetic that the problem is that we, the citizens, and that's the problem because, like somebody said, that the people they get the kind of government that they deserve. Because why do I say that? If you don't want this kind of government, then we should have risen up to the occasion. We should have stood up against them. We should have said enough is enough. But we are not doing it. And like I heard here, somebody told me that if this situation continues for the next 1 week, and Nigerians will be surprised what is going to happen.
Okay.
Because people will go on the streets. It's becoming too hard for everyone to make a living. My maid, the daily miner in my house, normally she resumes 7:30 in the morning. But just for the past few days now, she has been coming after night. She will tell me, sir, there is no vehicle on the road. She has to trek to my house, and where she lives far away from my house.
Okay.
Why are we costing unnecessary pain to our people? And we say we are there, we are leading, we are running the government. We are not running the government. What we are running is a tyrannic system of government in Nigeria, where everything they do is just to encumber the burden of the Nigerian citizens. And that is what we ought to stand against. We need to say no to it. It is time for us as Nigerians to stop this Sudan alone. To stop this, and God will come and do it for us. Our destiny is in our hands, and we have to take it ourselves if we want to get out of this situation.
Thank you very much for that, Adeyemi. Let's talk about the fact that with the whole issue that started off the whole fuel scarcity, the adulterated fuel, there are no words on sanctions or queries being served to anybody to serve as a deterrent or for you to take your job more seriously. Yeah, because looking at all of this, I'm very sure we wouldn't have, maybe we might have had these cases, but the whole issue around adulterated fuel, they're retracting the fuel, people getting their equipment and stuff, their cars damaged due to the bad fuel that they had to get. I think it's just so sad if there are no words coming on that, no sanction, no queries, nothing at all. And Nigerians just have to suffer all of this.
When you look at it very well, how do you expect them to query themselves? They are the ones that imported the product in the first instance. And importing the product, they knew much about the product before they imported it. I did think that product did not have an effect on our people, that some people got spoiled because of buying the product. You know that they will have just gotten away with it. So they know what they are doing. So you don't expect to hear any query, anything. The only thing you just hear words of mouth. No action will be taken on that because they are the one themselves who imported the food. So in the first instance, there is nothing they can do about it. All they are going to say that, okay, like they said, okay, they are trying to retrieve it from circulation. After retrieving it, what happens? Nothing else is going to happen. Nothing. And I want to tell you what the truth is that this same fuel is to come back to the circulation. So where are they going to pour it? Where are they going to pour it? That's the question. And if they say they're going to pour it away, that means that there will be losses for them. They will not. You will see they will start mixing it with other fuel for us to buy. That's what they will do. That's what is happening. When you have a system that is corrupt, you always find situations like this coming up. And that's the reason we are suffering at the moment, because we are in a corrupt society and there is nobody that is spearheading to correct the ills of the society. And that's a major problem. I wonder when we are going to get out of this mess that we have put ourselves over the years. And that is why I've been saying, I don't know the reason why people still celebrate Ibrahim Babangida, the former president and head of state of Nigeria. Those are the people that actually brought corruption into the system. That, even we had a slogan there, chop by chop, settlement. I don't know why we still celebrate people like them. I don't know why you go to consult them to seek for advice. By the time you go to trust people to seek for advice, what do you expect from them? And that is the reason why you have, over the years, people that are in governance. Because these people go to them, consult with them, they will still continue to tell them how to perpetuate this evil of corruption in the society. That's what we are seeing. I don't know how people will go and say you want somebody to ameliorate when there are issues. You go and call Abubakar Salami to come and ameliorate the issues when these are the people that kill so many people without any fear. These are the people why they are there that Adeolu was killed. So what are we talking about? They are there, they are part of the government, they are part of the system. We know how much money these people went away with. I tell you, because you're a general, does the general make you? Don't you see? Now let's take a look.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the general in the United States of America,
okay,
let's see what happens. You see general after they have retired, they are still working. When you look at CNN correspondents, they are military analysts, they are retired generals. They are still working to be paid. That means that they don't have the kind of emolument, they don't have the kind of money that our generals have accumulated in Nigerian system. Remember, you're a general and you are there, you've been up there. The next thing is that you accumulate wealth. These are the problems. That's why the military is suffering, the police are suffering, every security agencies in Nigeria, they are suffering. Because why? Because the people at the end of their affair, they make away with the money without anybody asking. Their slogan, their normal word is wait for your time. What kind of a time are they waiting for? Trying to come and embezzle, trying to come and destroy, trying to perpetuate corruption at the highest level. That's what they are saying. These are the things we have to knock out from the system, from our society. I tell you that so many things goes on up there that you and I, we are not privy to. And that is the problem of this nation. Because by the time that effect is going to come, it's going to come in ripple and it's going to come down to the least citizen. And that's what you see playing out in Nigeria at the moment. That's why you see that we don't have fuel. And don't forget that whatever affects fuel affects the whole sector of the economy. And that is what is happening. The cost of transportation goes up, the cost of goods is going to go up. Because business transport that you're going to use to convey this goods from one place to the other.
Thank you very much for that, Adeyemi.
It's going to have ripple effect. So I don't know if these so-called people that are up there, if they are ever thinking, and I wonder, the money they are accumulating, they are acquiring, the money that they are investing, are they going to go with it one day? Can't they just use it for heaven's sake? That when they go to bed in the night, you can never remember that you own anything. So what you cannot take away, what is not everlasting, why are you going away with it?
Thank you very much for that, Adeyemi. You can be a part of the conversation by sending us your text or WhatsApp message on 070 317 56537. 070 317 56537. Let's take a few of your messages here. We have this one from Rosa Mutu Lakper, and it says, "Good morning, dear presenter. Good morning to you. Nigerians are the problem of Nigeria. Why are fuel stations holding and hiking petrol price? It is rather unfortunate that there is no agency in the country to guard against this devilish act, and man continued to be unkind to mankind. Nigeria will survive. Allah bless Nigeria. This one here from Timmy Moe says, I've never been so proud of the Nigerian women. I was online yesterday and I saw a couple of their videos, and all I can say is the time has come for the women to actually be recognized. Another message here from Augustine Arepo says, it is so sad that the government does not care about the masses. Imagine the suffering that we have been going through in the past 3 weeks simply because some people could not just do right by their offices. This other message here is from Kike in Ojodu, and this one here says that I cannot quantify the kind of suffering I've been going through in the last 2 weeks due to fuel scarcity. I've been going to work, getting queries late and all of that, and yet nobody's going to get any sanction. There's the part of your message that I cannot take. Please, let's try as much as possible to be civil when we send in messages. In as much as we are agitated, we have all of these things, but please be civil when you send in your text messages or your WhatsApp messages. Keep your messages coming in on 070 317 565 37 070 317 565 37. It's 3 minutes past 8 on your newspaper review on Women Radio WFM 91.7. And the newspaper review is where we analyze the dailies across different Nigerian newspapers. My name is Esther Alaribe, and I have with me Praise Olatunbosun. And we're being joined in by our analyst, Adeyemi Adeolu, who has been analyzing many of this, the headlines for us this morning. Let's go over to this one on the Punch newspapers. And this one says, insecurity may scare voters in 2023, can warns. And this one, the Christian Association of Nigeria has expressed fears that the security challenges currently facing the country, including terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping, remain the biggest threat to the 2023 general election. Now, there's this part here where they said that the security situation in Nigeria might not allow the general election to be credible, free, and fair if the voters are not allowed to go out and exercise their rights because of fear of being killed, being harmed, or kidnapped. And now the association is calling on the federal government and security agencies to wake up to the security challenges in the country, where terrorists, bandits, and kidnappers are now operating with impunity and nowhere is safe and secure again. Yes, there's been so many conversation around secure the land, secure Nigeria, and now the 2023 general elections just by the corner. And we know a lot of these things, cases like this come up around in election period, and coupled with the kind of the level of insecurity we're battling with right now. At every point in time, there's this headline that says some people in this place have had to leave their community. Some people have had to do this. Bandits have attacked. Truly, how would people actually come out to exercise their right without the fear of being killed or being harmed? Because we need some kind of assurance, if that's the word, Adeyemi.
Well, one thing we should just understand is the government over the years, I'm talking about the central,
yes,
have they ever, or they, for one time or the other, did they ever desire to conduct a credible election? No.
That's a big question.
They don't. They don't desire to conduct any credible election. Because why? They have so many things in place. And now, with the insecurity that is in town, everywhere in Nigeria and on all our streets, our villages and towns and cities, you understand that there is no way, like we said it before, there is no way. How do you deploy NYC young men to go to a volatile area, and you think I, as a parent, will allow it? The society is not secure, and you think I will allow my son or my daughter to go out there and say you want to conduct one election for those people already who knows what they are doing, that they don't want a credible election, then you put the life of our children at stake? No. I don't think NYC in the first time, NYC should not deploy any core member to any election in 2023 except the society is free and secure. That's one thing, that's one warning that we should start sounding for NYC.
Okay.
We will not take it. These are our future. We cannot put all our lives in our children, and somebody, because of one thing, will now jeopardize the dreams and the life of our children. No. We should start sounding that warning.
Okay.
Now, as it is, whether we like it or not, we know that our kind of election in Nigeria is always mad. It comes with violence, which already is the norm in the system.
Okay.
Now we have insecurity, that kidnapping. We have terrorism. We have banditry. We have all sorts. Gun gangs everywhere. You have a lot of insecurity. So you see, you can name it, continue to name it. Even within the society where we live, within the small enclave of the street, you have all sorts of gangs with different violent level going on. You have the court also, doing running their own havoc, and yet you say we are going to conduct a free and fair election. Okay. How many are the security agencies? And on that day, how many of them are allowed to go about with guns? You know that they are not allowed to go to where they are going to vote on that day with guns. So what are we now talking about? Are you saying the election is going to hold in the Northwest? Where people are already running away from their homes? Where terrorists are taking hold of some of the communities? And we had that what is even Nigeria that is in the center, the heart of Nigeria. You have a place where these terrorists, they have a hold on. Are you telling me that election is going to take place in such area? Already, one thing I want us to know, we should stop deceiving ourselves. It's a game plan. They know what they are doing, because they know that Nigeria, they will never give us a credible election. So for them to have an easy ride, the insecurity is an excuse. That's the truth. By then, you know that you and I will not be able to go out to vote. So they can manipulate. Like the work that they have always been doing, they will continue to manipulate until these people, these elements are flushed out from the system. Until we say no to all of them. I am telling you, there is no one that is different among them. They are all the same. Whether PDP, whether APC, whether ABGA, all of them are the same. Whatever name they call themselves, in this present dispensation, in this present day Nigeria, they are all the same. That is why you see them that they cross carpet anyhow, anytime, because all they care about is just to be relevant and to continue to make sure that they are part of the national cake. So that insecurity of the thing it is a well-planned system. They knew it, and that is why they allow it to continue to persist, so that they will always have their way. They know that you and I will not go out when the society is not safe. They know we will not go out. So their people will go out. Those people that they are using to cause this carnage will go out and vote for them. So we will like about the Dr. Ayon talking about credible election. There's never been any credible election in Nigeria because the leaders up there, they don't desire a credible election because that's the way they know how to do it. Because if there is a credible election, I tell you, they will lose. That's the truth.
Okay.
So they don't want any credible election. They don't want it. They don't desire it. What they want is that to continue to perpetuate themselves in office. If you go back to the issue, you will find that the majority of the people that have been in government have been in government since the 60s. These are the same people that have been in government in Nigeria today. So how do you want? They want to continue to be relevant to the vote of their graves, and they will not sleep well. That's the honest truth.
Thank you very
And
much for that,
everything
Adeyemi.
they think they have acquired will be eaten by the rot. And we saw it some time ago, where most of the money that these people embezzled that they went to go and stock got eaten by what's it called, termites and everything. We saw how we playing out Nigeria. Please, we know that they don't want any credible election. That's why they allow the insecurity to continue. They know what they are doing. So that you and I will always say, we have an excuse for every failure because of the insecurity. How they come to insecurity? Are they not put a stop to it? Are they not the one that started it in the first instance? We have been saying it. If we want to put a stop to this insecurity, let's know those who are behind them. That's how you can put a stop to it.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Adeyemi.
You can't cut the branch and say the tree is going to die. No, you have to go to the root. Who are the sponsors?
Food for thought, Adeyemi be dishing out food for thought for us this morning. So, Adeyemi, you're leaving us with a lot of what to go think about as we go about our daily activities. Well. Keep your text and WhatsApp messages coming in on 070 317 56537. 070 317 56537. Another message here from Losenje Mutina Lakpere says, I hope the separation of the office of the Attorney General from that of the Minister of Justice will take immediate effect. This country has had enough of Malami shenanigans. Snail seems to be faster than our justice system, most especially when it concerns our political elite. Nigeria will survive. Allah bless Nigeria. Olusoga Ajayi in Odola Ikorodu says, as much as the government says it is trying their best to ease the fuel scarcity issue, please, fuel stations should pity the ordinary Nigerians who just want to make use of the product. The price at which they sell is outrageous. Prince in Yanopaja says, thank you for your program. Please, let's talk about cement price, 4,000 naira per bag. All the people eating from building are suffering. There are no jobs, and you want our children to go and learn hand job. Please talk about cement because it is a local product. Prince wants us to talk about cement. We're going to come back to that. Titus Nikeja says, good morning. Good morning to you. Our government not bringing anyone to book is an indictment on them being the masterminds of adulterated fuel. And it is a propaganda to increase fuel and impoverish us. French president addressed his citizens yesterday about the war in Ukraine. But our president cannot address us in an office he manages. If prices of commodities have already destroyed the economy today, I really wonder the kind of future that he holds for Nigerians. Adeyemi, what do you think about this before we go over to the cement issue that Prince mentioned? Because according to his message here, he seems pained about this issue.
You see, talking about this fuel holding, I want to tell you that I don't believe that anybody is holding any fuel. I'm talking about the stations because I've been around and I've seen how it operates. What we try to understand is that these filling stations, they don't get the delivery of this commodity every day like they used to do before. That's the honest truth. They don't have it. Some don't even have the opportunity, especially the private marketers. They don't have it just well they used to have it. And now I know of Total. Let me give you a scenario, even Total and Mobile. For Total to be able to service all the filling stations in the Lagos state, it's not easy. If let's say station A is able to get fuel today, by tomorrow, and it sells the fuel today, the president station A will not have food and will not have that commodity tomorrow. Because station B and all of that have to be supplied. So before they can come back to station A and the other station, it may take 2 or 3 days. So based on those 2-3 days, that station will be closed down without any food. That's the truth about the situation on ground. The commodity is not readily available. They are rationing it. So that's the truth. No station, I believe, is auditing. The only thing that you say they could be doing with the present situation is that they may be selling at a higher price.
Okay.
But I tell you, one of the stations that I've gone that I give kudos to is Total Nigeria. Every Total station in Nigeria is sell at the same normal price, top price. Give kudos to those stations. I see that the other stations, you hear the attendants say they want to increase it, the tourists. Yes, I witnessed another station as well. For Total, I've been there severally. You sit back at the same normal top price.
Okay.
They don't increase.
Yes,
Even at the gate of entrance, they don't allow anybody to take any money from you. That is what I've been able to witness. At least I've gone around stations to buy fuel. Even because of fuel, I have to sleep on the mainland at a particular day because I couldn't get fuel in my car.
Like people be going through a lot. People have like different stories to tell about the sad, about the sad incidents of fuel scarcity. So many, like just one of the messages I read out, somebody said I've been getting queries and sanctions at work because I have to get to work late and all of that. Now let's talk about cement price. Prince in Paja is saying that 4,000 naira per bag is quite on the high side, and people who are into this construction and all of that are really suffering this at this point. What do you think, Adeyemi?
Very good. You see, it's not even 4,000, it's 4,500.
Oh, it's 4,500. Oh.
The truth of the matter is this. You see, I was trying to educate some people yesterday, especially on God for that. I'm going to be specific this time. When people have been, pointing accusing fingers, particularly to the former Lagos State Governor, Asiwaju Ahmed Olatunbosun.
Okay.
Everybody say, when they're coming back up federalism, they will point it to him. I tell you, there is what is called economic godfatherism in Nigeria and everywhere in the world. These same people who you are calling that they are what's called the rich men in Nigeria, the men that are our manufacturers, our producers, our so-called these people are the ones who are behind the woes of Nigeria. I want to tell you that categorically today.
Okay, so how do you mean?
Now let's look at it. We're talking. We are making a case on cement. The cement we are talking about, the product, the raw material for cement is in Nigeria. We're talking about limestone. It's everywhere in Nigeria. And so for kind of cloud, what is the reason? What's the basis for selling this commodity at this high price of 4,000 plus?
Okay.
What's the basis? That's the question we're asking ourselves. And these are the same people who are the one managing our electricity. What is the reason for increasing the electricity tariff all the time? Because they don't come out to say it, you don't know that your electricity tariff goes up almost every time. Every time. They don't announce it anymore. Because the moment they announce it, people will challenge them. But by the time you to buy your what's called your electricity unit, you find out it has gone up. It is not the same amount we use to buy the unit that you get again. So these are the problems. These are the people that are really behind the walls of this country. That is what I'm saying. That look, when you're talking about confederalism, those people that are even killing you, these are the people you praise. You look at one direction, they are talking objective about everything about the situation in the country, and yet we are all crying that the times are hard. How will times not be hard? When the people that are perpetrating these people, they are the ones that we are celebrating as the good men of the society. We have never, for one time, reason against them. We have never stood up against these people. I'm tired enough is enough. You can't continue to determine the economy of Nigeria. These are the problems we are facing. And we will continue until we are able to stand up and say, no, this is the way we want to. Look, this thing belongs to us. And that is the problem we're having. When they're selling everything that Nigeria owns as a collective people, they're selling to individuals. So the individual determines everything that goes on. If you are going to privatize any public utility, it has to be a PLO. Let everybody have a share in it. Not just for one family, one person to buy it. And the person will not be determining our lives. And the person will be getting richer on our expense. No.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Adeyemi. If you're just joining us, it is 23 minutes past 8 on your Women Radio WFM 91.7. And this is the newspaper review. The newspaper review is where we review and analyze the dailies across different Nigerian newspapers, and we get to talk about them. And you also can send us your comments, your contributions on how they affect you, prefer solutions, or what you think we can do better as a society. You can send us your text or WhatsApp message on 070 317 56537. 070 317 56537. Let's look at some of your messages. This message here from Iyabo in Oshodi says, everybody is talking about getting the PVC to participate in the forthcoming general election. But the question is, will our votes count? We know how long it took for our president and the Senate to approve electoral voting, electronic voting. What assurance can they give us that the election will be credible, free, and fair? Our economy is bleeding at the moment, and these people care less because they have the power. The future of the citizen is uncertain. Jobs are being lost daily. People die of hunger, and people are getting more wilder by the day. Good people are losing their decency just because of the decadence in the country. That message is coming in from Iyabo in Oshodi. Then this one here from Rosenje Mutius also says, price of goods and commodities go up in Nigeria because there is no working price controlling agencies. That is why cement will go up all of a sudden. Transporters will hike fare at will, and a sachet of pure water will sell for 20 naira with no recourse to production costs. Nigeria will survive. Allah bless Nigeria. Prince, still from Menokwaja, is saying that, please, how much do they sell in Ghana? Cement moved down from Nigeria to Ghana is cheaper than here in Nigeria. Adeyemi, there's this message that struck me here. What Yabo said. Yabo said that everybody's talking about getting PVCs, but how do we know that our votes actually count? And the government needs to do something on time. People are losing their jobs, people are dying of hunger, and people are losing their decencies. So this is the point. I was having a conversation with somebody over the weekend, Adeyemi. Then the person said something, and this thing struck me. You might actually have done like a lot as a person. You've been raised properly. You have been able to refine yourself again, teach yourself what you want to know, so helping you shaping yourself to be that better version of yourself that you want to be. But when the society or when the economy is just putting you in a very, very tight corner where you have to choose between your moral values or surviving, what would you do? That's this question the person put to me. And when you think about some things, I am not encouraging any form of moral vices or anything, but this was the question that this person put to me, and I'm asking you, Adeyemi.
It's a deliberate plan, actually, and that is what is actually operating in Nigeria at the moment. They actually put us in that particular angle so that, when they toss that enough to us, when they dangle the carrot before us, we will take hold of it. That's the problem that we are facing. Talking about Iyabo, talking about credible electoral, if our vote is going to come 2023. You see, our vote can only count when we are ready to stand in our votes. But the moment we said, okay, we casted our vote and we leave the same, and there are no people to follow up, our votes may not count.
Okay.
And even for our votes to count, and even who are the people that we want to vote on come 2023. Who are the people? I want to see before I don't want us to follow blindly this time, and I don't want us to be sentimental about anything where we are going to do something today. We must be able to see their manifesto. Their manifesto is one key, and like I always say, what about the antecedent of the person? It's of importance. We must be able to look at this. I remember way back in the 80s when you have a UPN, MPN, you know that if you want good governance, you want, like the Obasanjo we always say, dividend for democracy, you go for UPN. Or if you want power, you don't want to just because these people are my people go for MPN. And we knew them, but I remember them that, in all the states that you had MPN, they did nothing. All they were doing was just the same thing that is happening today. It's only in UPN state that you see progress in every state.
Thank you very much, Adeyemi. We're out of time. It's always a pleasure. Pleasure having you on the newspaper review.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us today, and we do hope that you have a great day.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yes, and that was Adeyemi Adeolu, our analyst for the morning. This is what we call the newspaper to a wrap this morning. This message just came in. Let's quickly take it. Engineer Soji Badejo Paja, and it says that NYSC should not deploy members to 2023 election is an unpatriotic statement from the guests. We should refrain from making such statements. Let's avoid being sentimental but realistic. Engineer Soji Badejo. There are a lot of messages here that we cannot take because we're running out of time. But do well to join us again tomorrow on the newspaper review at 7:30. Thank you for being a part of the newspaper review. Thank you for your messages, and please remember that it is a collective responsibility for us to build this nation, and we must work together to achieve it. My name is Esther Alaribe, and I've been with
Praise Olatunbosun. Do have a great day.
Thank you, Praise, and do have a wonderful working day too. Good morning.
Coronavirus. These are the 5 things you need to do. Wash your hands, cough or sneeze in. Don't touch your face. Stay more than 3 feet or 1 meter away from others. Stay home and practice social distancing. These are the 5 things to help stop the spread of coronavirus. This message is brought to you by Women Radio, WFM 91.7.